It's like, bitch, we pay for it. Why do we keep having all these issues?
Here's a free month. I
Right?
There,
wish, bro.
there's that. There was that other one that I told you about, Josh. I forgot the name
All
of
right,
it.
we're live. We're live again. So, yeah, go ahead and pull that up, Dimitri. I'm gonna share the picture of the BDU pattern.
Hmm.
So everybody knows and loves this
Yeah.
Hmm.
pattern.
I
It's
like
the
the
Yeah.
BDU,
original.
man. That's
It's
mad
all
nice. Yeah.
everybody knows this pattern. Um, and then we have the AC, or no, what was the second one I said? Oh, the Marine Corps Marpat.
Yeah.
Here's the Marine Corps one. It's basically a digital version of the BDU,
Hmm.
which I
But
think is
what?
one of the best. And then
Yeah.
the third one I said was uh, the OCP
I,
pattern, which is
I
what the
like the
Army and the Air
OCP.
Force wears today.
I like the
Multicam, right?
OCP.
Yeah, multicam. Yeah.
Yeah,
What
I like
what
the
made them
OCP.
think, like, what test did they do that digital shit was the best? I don't get it, man.
I think it's because it was better at long distances. You know what I mean? It's because like when you're looking into the woods, there's so much happening. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
There's so much like distortion and it's like it's crazy like what's happening. So I think um the digital pattern kind of like blended in well just because of like it's just like at a distance there's so much happening in the woods. So um and lots of sticks and twigs and underbrush and foliage. So I think it just blended in better.
Yeah, unless you found the key, the
Yeah, the
ACU
key.
key,
Yeah.
the ACU key.
One there's a key on all of them. Even the Navy had the key.
Yeah, and that's guaranteed. That's where you're gonna get shot. The key.
The key.
Yep, there's a key.
Yeah, you want to pull up the key, Josh,
Yep.
in the ACU pattern. There's a literal key that's in like every digicam uh pattern. I feel like I don't know if it's an OCP, but the ACUs had it. Like you said, the Navy had it. So you see, Rob, it looks like a key.
Oh, it looks like
Uh,
a digital dick. I'm fucking with you. Yeah.
yeah, it
Yeah,
looks like a
we're
key.
live.
Oh, it doesn't look like a digital dick.
it looks, and that's on all of them.
Well,
So,
so they have a
not all of
template.
them, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's basically like there, and it's in different places. Like if so, like I had like different pairs of pants, right? Every single one of them, except for one pair, had them, and they were all in different places.
That really don't look like a. No, it could be a key.
Well, so tell me this. Tell me this. Okay. Look at this camouflage. All right.
Hmm.
Look at this camo. Does anything about this camouflage look like it would blend in with anything in real life?
Just a grain,
If you,
maybe, but
yeah, if you're out in like in Afghanistan mountains or something, it's
So
like
I
because
think
like
mostly
foliage,
dry
I'm sorry,
dirt.
like foliage and stuff
so.
is not blocky. It's kind of like the old BDU. You know what I'm saying? Like blends
Hmm.
in and everything. It's nothing that's hard. You know, hard
Well,
edges or anything. You know what I mean?
I think part of the point. I think part of it was that like when you go into a situation into a war zone where you're using this particular camouflage is supposed to blend in well with the environment. I think part of it was that when you're down in the dirt and you're rubbing up against all the foliage and all that, like it was
Hmm.
supposed to like stain it you know uh with the local flora and fauna. So I think that was part of the reasoning behind it, because it's like you rub yourself in the dirt so much that it kind of takes on the color of the surrounding area. But
Mm.
even still, I think it was way too green for a desert environment like Afghanistan and Iraq. It was just way too green. It should have been it should have been more tan, like the Marine Corps summer uniform.
But it's too blocky though, man.
like this one. This would have been way better for Afghanistan for the army. You know what I mean? It's
Then
tan
wasn't
and
that the
brown.
Marine one during the same time?
Yeah, so the Marines, they wear this one in the summer, and then they wear this one in the autumn and winter.
I like that one. I thought that was the Navy. Isn't the Navy one similar to that?
Yeah, the Navy. This is the Navy camo, the digital blue.
Yeah,
I think they
I've
got rid of
seen
the
that
digital
one.
blue now. Aren't
Yeah,
they? Aren't they
I
onto
think
something
it's
else
that
now?
one right there.
I don't know. Maybe did they switch to all blue or something? Like coveralls?
Well, the ones that I've seen, they're kind of like that, except like they're not blue. They're more like green, but it has
Go.
blue.
All right, I see it right there. Go down. Go down one and to the right.
The black dude.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this one. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
This is the Navy camo. It's like it kind of mirrors or resembles
Yeah.
the Marine Corps, but it's slightly off shade.
Yeah, that's the one I've seen when I go on the bases and stuff like that.
Because the Navy was trying to be like the Marines.
He's there trying to be.
Well, yeah. I mean, their
Yeah,
uniforms
Jess.
are slightly identical, but
Check this out.
the colors are different. Because, like, I mean, look at so you see this one, and then I'll pull up Marpat again, so you can see. All right, and it looks completely different. All right, now what? So you see the Navy one, right? All right, now look at this. It's like trying to be like the Navy or the Marines, but it's like the shade of the
lighter.
brown and the tan and is different.
I feel like
and
it's
the green.
lighter.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Yeah, Josh. Check this.
Yeah, ACU. Yeah.
Yep.
The good old days.
Yep. The Velcro. That wasn't worth the shit.
That was not tactical at all.
Yep. Imagine this.
Where's he at?
Super tactical.
You
It's
just
like
gave
the-
away our position.
Everything.
What was
everything.
the World War I rifle? Something Grand.
The M1 Durand.
Yeah. Bing, bing. It was like bow, bow, bow. Fing. Yep, he's out.
We're still waiting on Austin's dad to give up his M1.
He will never.
But in a firefight, they
buried
can't hear
with
that,
that.
man.
It's got all
They-
original GI
They were
issued.
hearing it.
It's got the
Huh?
GI issued sling. It's got the soldier's service number etched into the stock. It's got everything.
Yo, if you take it to that guy on Pawn Stars, he's gonna be like, "Best I can do is $20."
Yeah, but
Who is
got
this guy?
he's
Who's
got
this guy?
he's got everything for it. But yeah, he'll never fire it. That thing will never leave his gun safe.
I would
And
love
he'll
to
probably
fire
be
that
buried
rifle, man.
He'll probably be buried with it. He will probably fire it to shoot you if you try to fire it.
Nah, man. I
That
think if
gun
anybody
lasts
They
a
had
lot
him
convince
at
longer
him,
than a minor gun.
I think I could convince him. I think I could do it.
You know?
Nah,
Like, why that gun
remember-
will last a lot longer than a modern gun? That'll last a lot longer than the AR.
Yeah,
Dude, I
it's-
bet you
it's
if
not-
we loaded that rifle right now, if we loaded
That's
that
when they
M1
make guns.
Durand, it would fire first time.
It's not
Yeah.
it's not an issue of if it will fire. It's just an issue of he doesn't want it to fire. He doesn't want to fire it.
Well, yeah,
Okay,
I
he
get
doesn't
that.
he doesn't think it won't fire. Like he doesn't think,
Well-
oh, if I go and shoot it, it'll be unsafe.
But
he
does
just-
he know that the last time it was fired was World War One?
I don't
It's only 30-06, man.
I don't know if he knows the last time it was fired, but he just knows that it has not been fired since he has owned it, and that's all that matters to him. Because
It's
he's
only
got
30-06,
remember-
man. It's not 50 cal.
an original GI issued sling.
Yeah.
He's got, like I said, the service number, the serial number of
Yep.
the soldier etched into the stock. Okay, everything with. I think he even has the bayonet.
Oh wow.
I might be wrong in that. I know he was talking about either picking up a GI issued bayonet or it had the GI issued bayonet, but I think he does have it. So he's got everything with it. He just that he will be buried with that. That thing will. I don't think that thing has left his gun safe in like 10 years.
Rob, remember when we went shooting like 7 years ago in Westminster? And as we were walking up, we just heard pow, 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 fing. And we both
Yeah.
looked at each other. It's like, that's an M1.
Mm-hmm.
Like, everybody knows that.
Yep.
Yeah,
He's
but
out of
nobody's
ammo.
gonna hear that. Nobody's gonna hear that in a gunfight, man.
Well, so
They
that
had
was the
AKs
thing.
and everything else.
Well, that was the thing, is that the enemy was hearing it.
Mhm.
And what the
They were
soldiers
listening for
started
it.
doing, yeah, they were
In a
listening for it.
shootout with
Hold on.
with
No, for real.
7.62 by 39s.
No, but for real, dude, like they were listening for it. So what soldiers started doing, they started carrying an empty one, and then they would go pow pow, and then throw it like fing, and then to be like misleading, like they were out of ammo.
Hmm.
Can I
And
ask
then
you a
the
question, Dimitri?
what's up?
Have you ever shot a gun without Air Pro?
Yes.
Not on purpose. I had my my ear pro on, and when I cheeked my AR and moved it over, and I didn't realize, and I shot it, and that wasn't fun.
And after you did that, how much was you hearing after that? Or did you just hear
I,
ringing?
I just heard ringing for a little bit.
So,
So if somebody's shooting a 7.62 by 39, an AK 47 round, how much you think they're gonna hear after shooting it in a firefight without Air Pro?
I mean, I understand what you're saying. I'm going by what I've seen on or I've seen in documentaries of soldiers talking about it, that they would throw that thing
Yeah, but
purposefully. It would be fake. So
I
the
seen
because you're talking about if it, all right. So
no,
World War I was
I
basically
seen
trench wars, right? It
yeah,
was like boom, 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 boom. But there was smaller battles that were even
yeah.
as like trench to trench.
But then I heard other people that said they wasn't paying attention to that because they was in a shootout, and after a shootout, your ears is going beep or whatever, or gun shooting and everything else. Are you gonna hear a ping while all that's going off, and you try not to get a bullet in your ass? That's
That
what I seen some not documentaries, but a lot of people were saying that before that was in that war.
so,
You know,
one
on
maybe they were
day,
video.
in different situations.
so one
Because I
day,
mean,
Dang.
everything wasn't like huge battles. You know, there was times where it was,
I know, but I'm just
yeah.
saying.
I mean, I don't know, dude. That's what I heard. That they literally would
No,
talk about. They
no,
would go,
yeah,
"Fing."
no, I'm not saying you're wrong. I heard that too, but then I also heard other people said that that didn't matter. Like, you know what I mean? I wasn't there, so I don't know.
Yeah.
so
But
there,
in a gunfight, from what I hear, after shooting with no air pro, after shooting, I ain't hearing too much of shit.
that's because you got baby ears.
But it
Okay.
also now imagine if you train your ears to listen for that because your enemy that's trying to kill you is out of ammo or is reloading.
That's your
You
life or
would,
death.
yeah, you
After hearing that,
would try to pay
after hearing
attention
that,
to that. And then you heard,
you know what I mean?
but then you heard,
Well,
you were
They,
like, that's some bitch out.
they probably had. Well, see, so that's the different. So that's different because if you were using the M1 Garand and you had the little the clip that was holding the ammunition. Okay, so when the last round is fired, yeah, it makes a ping, but if it hits there would be a secondary ping if it hit like a hard surface like a rock or cement or something. But if it hits the dirt, then you're not going to hear a secondary ping, you know.
Mhm.
But I assume they had some
Nah, we-
kind of ear protection in World War One, at least something, maybe like cotton. You know what I mean?
No,
Something.
it was called going deaf. That was the ear pro.
Yeah.
Eventually, it didn't
Nah,
hurt
but-
anymore.
But when that little piece of metal hops out of the gun, it makes a really distinct sound.
Yeah,
You know what
I
Yeah.
mean, the only time that I ever heard that sound was when we went to the shooting range that day, Rob. And all the other
Mhm.
times I just heard it either in movies, in World War One movies, or like I saw it on YouTube, someone shooting it. But as soon as I heard it, I knew exactly what that gun was. Just like if you hear a fully automatic AK-47,
Mm-hmm.
everybody knows that sound. Or
Mhm.
when you hear a pump action shotgun. Yeah. I mean,
get like,
yeah, it's like and it's like that's the AK-47. And you
Mhm.
just know it. I've never heard a fully automatic AK-47 in real life before. But
So
if I do, I would know like that's an AK-47.
so when I was in, right, we were doing some range training where we were taking turns driving the Humvees, and someone got to shoot the mounted 50, right? Downrange. They had some targets set up like cars or whatever.
Ooh.
And my ear pro fell out while I was doing it. And I will say that did hurt.
Did
Yeah.
you hear anything after that, or did you hear?
I was ringing for a little bit, but I was able to hear after, but it was ringing for a bit.
You know, once you hear that ring, you will not hear that. What's the name of sound again?
Who told you that lie?
It's a lie.
You're saying that if I hear that ring, I won't hear that sound again.
No, not that sound. That level
He's
of
talking
what's the
about that
name? That it
the frequency.
that level
Frequency.
of volume. That level of volume that caused it.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Is that like a self-defense mechanism?
I
of
don't
the
know
ear?
if it's a I don't know how true it is, but yeah.
Mhm.
Well, I can tell you my right ear, I can't hear as well as my left ear. Because when I
Because
worked
you
in
jerk
that
off
billing
with your right
company,
hand, man.
no.
You did.
Uh, I'm a lefty.
Yeah. Okay.
No, but when I worked in that bill factory, and that machine just went off on the right side of my head every single day for a year, and I was young, I never wore ear protection. This ear is significantly worse than this ear. I
Right.
mean, it was just like pow, 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 pow for 8 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So
Like me shooting without ear pro, like it happened more frequently now since I got older. Like I would just be talking out here, beep,
yeah,
and I can't hear nothing else. It just beep out of nowhere.
yeah. That's so. It's like
And
your
then I
ear
found
hears
out
a
I
certain
damaged my hearing.
frequency.
My hearing is damaged forever.
There's a lot of things about you damaged forever.
I know. I can damage a lot of things about you, Austin.
I'm a virgin.
You wish.
Um
And every means a virgin.
oh, another topic. Sorry to change the subject. Another topic I wanted to talk about today. Did y'all hear the story about the woman who left her child in a pack and play for
Yeah, that
11
fucking
days?
cunt.
She got sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole.
She should get the death penalty.
Well, I feel like there's going to be some prison justice going on with her.
Hold
But
on, what exactly is a pack and play?
a pack
It's
and
just
play
like a
is like
crib.
it's like a mobile crib. It packs up
Yeah.
and you could fold it out. You saw it when you were over my house, probably. It's like a little like square.
Yeah. When I picked up, yeah, I
Yeah.
got you.
I'm gonna use the
So-
bathroom.
She ain't
real
gonna
quick.
want. She ain't gonna want you to let her down. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not saying no
So
name.
there was a
Right.
woman who left her daughter in that for 10 days. A child younger than my daughter in there for 10 days. And
Without food or
apparently
water.
the child, without food or water, the child was in its was still in the same diaper, uh, and apparently, the child had survived for most of the time. Apparently, the child didn't die like too long before she got home. So for 10, she was gone for 11 days. I think they said she survived for like 10 days. So for 10 days, this child sat in that pack and play by herself, and the neighbor's ring camera. It's disgusting, but the neighbor's ring camera, you can hear the child crying at 1 a.m.
Mhm.
She got life in prison without the possibility of parole.
They should shoot her.
Oh,
Like,
she should be
yo,
shot.
how she
Yeah.
like she didn't think that the child needed to be fed?
I think she was in
Dude, no,
she
no,
went on
no.
vacation to Puerto Rico.
Exactly. This is how stupid people are getting nowadays, and particularly, I mean, I'm not gonna just say women because men are dumb as shit when it comes to being fathers nowadays
Well, the
too.
baby
But
father it was a part of it too, since he was he there? Was the
well,
baby father there?
I don't know.
He wasn't in Puerto Rico. I'm assuming. I don't know the story behind him. I'm assuming with how mothers, like those type of mothers are, she probably
Yeah,
didn't tell him
Was she
she was going to
black?
Puerto Rico.
Was she black?
Hispanic.
yeah,
Uh,
She probably didn't tell him she was going to Puerto Rico and leaving the child there.
yeah.
Because I don't know any father. I don't even care about deadbeat fathers. I don't know of any father that would let their child
mhm,
sit in a pack and play for 10 days alone. I don't know of any
right.
person. Like I don't care
What?
if it's a
Hold on.
deadbeat father.
I hope she don't think her getting piped up was worth it, because she probably got piped up raw, probably.
I don't even care if it was a deadbeat. If it's a deadbeat father,
So
if they found out about that, I guarantee you they'd have done something at least.
To
there
who or
there
what?
was there was a story that Jason posted on Facebook, and basically this couple had like four kids, and the fourth one was basically autistic. So what they would do is
Oh,
feed
I know what you're
her.
talking about.
They would feed her and then give her like sleeping medicine, and then the baby would just sleep.
Hmm.
And then they would wake up, they would feed the baby again and but give her this stuff over and over again. And when the kid died, they didn't even call 911 first. They called their lawyer to
Hmm.
find out the trouble that they were going to be in.
A lot.
So
Yeah.
well, the way they were saying is like this was just normal for her, for their baby to eat and then sleep for 10 hours, eat, sleep, you know what I mean? But the baby was like 3 years old. And the detectives are like asking questions like, was she a roly poly? Did she interact with you guys? You know what I mean? So they were trying to like find out like why, because they knew these people neglected this child to
Oh,
death,
Hmm.
are we
right?
are we live on YouTube? Because I
Yeah.
just got something saying that we're still cut off.
No, we're live.
Yeah,
I
we're
don't
live.
know. I got something from somebody
It's a
saying
new
that we're not.
feed. No,
Who's
but
somebody?
Jason.
No, we're live.
yeah. No, but so they basically neglected this child to death.
Hmm.
So, and then that was a mother, a father, and three other kids in the house.
Mm.
All right.
Three other
And
kids.
I think the oldest kid was like 10 or 12. So
I'll be right back.
people are just pieces of shit, man. Like
Yeah.
I don't understand how like I mean particularly her, and this isn't the first one. Like there was a YouTube bitch last year that did the same thing.
I'm
She
sorry.
like left her daughter in the pack and play,
Yeah.
and when she got back, she was dead. Like it's so messed up, man.
Yeah.
Like especially as a mother, like you carried that child for 9 months. It comes out of the womb, and like it's how old was the baby for this chick? She wasn't she like 8 months or something
I
like
think
that.
so. I think it
Dang.
was around there. Yeah.
Yeah, and you're telling me that like, oh, I want to go to Puerto Rico, so I'm gonna leave my child in this thing. And then when because I saw a little bit of the court hearing, she was up there crying and shit. She said she was apologizing and all this crap and asking God for forgiveness. And it's like, you piece of shit, what did you think was going to happen?
dude.
Like, what kind of mother would just leave her child to go on vacation?
Dude, today I was my wife was working, right? So I was at home alone with my child, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we're at the point where we can't trust my daughter to be left alone for any period of time, even like 2 seconds without watching her, because she likes
Mm-hmm.
to climb up on the couch and jump off the couch. So we
Mm-hmm.
can't
Yep.
we can't trust her to do it without watching her, right? So if I have to go to the bathroom, I have to put her in her pack and play.
Yeah.
You know, if I have to go and make her food, I have to put her in her pack and play, right? And
Yeah.
I really had to go to the bathroom. So I sat there and I put her in her pack and play. Immediately she started crying, right? Just
Mm-hmm.
the fact that she started crying, I wanted to pick her back up and just like, get her to stop just because I can't stand to see my child uncomfortable. And it was like I'm literally right in the next room going to the bathroom. Like
Hmm.
I could hear her, but just the fact that she's crying just made me uncomfortable because I don't like to see my daughter in discomfort. And so I can't fathom as a parent being able to leave my child in a pack and play for 10 days. I can't even do it for 10 minutes if she's crying,
Yeah.
let alone 10 days.
My kids come in the toilet with me.
Yeah,
They
we
be
don't,
D-blocking. We have to put one of those doorknob things so they can't get in there. They
yeah,
still
we
get
don't do
in
that.
there somehow.
We don't do that. No, that's not happening.
Bruh,
But
like I'll be peeing.
Yeah.
I got the youngest behind me trying to reach through my legs to the toilet bowl. The oldest is flushing the toilet every 5 freaking seconds. And I'm like, I just want to take a piss. Like, get out. I'm like
yeah,
nudging everybody out.
no, no, we put a gate up so that way she can't get to the bathroom.
Yeah.
But no, I mean it's just like I said, like I can't even leave my daughter alone to pack and play for 10 minutes without her with her crying. I can't imagine 10 days leaving a child, an 8-month-old child, in a pack and play for 10 days. The fact that she only got life in prison is there's going to be some inmate justice. I
So,
can guarantee that.
It is
like, how
the
does she
where was
think?
she
Like,
at?
how was the child supposed to get fed? I don't understand it, man.
It
How?
wasn't. It wasn't. She didn't give
Duh,
a
but
fuck.
like,
She'd
what was she
rather go
thinking?
on vacation because she's a
What,
dumb
what,
bitch.
I don't get it,
A
man.
smart bitch wouldn't do that. A normal smart bitch wouldn't do that. A halfway retarded bitch wouldn't do that.
Yeah,
She's fucking retarded.
yeah.
She's a
My
total
She's a
dumb bitch.
dumb
Is that what you're
bitch.
saying?
my
Total
Yes.
my
dumb bitch.
my
And
wife
a
just came in.
child.
My
Oh,
wife just came in. She heard me talk about it. She said, "Yeah, the baby's name was Jalen." She knew
oof,
exactly what I was talking about. She's like, "That was disgusting."
yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Jalen. Mm.
and the crazy part is, right?
Hmm.
People like this have children.
Hmm.
And then there's people that can't have children that would never do anything
Wow.
like this.
Oh, dude, I'd have
The
taken that
crazy
child
part,
in.
the crazy part
You
about
know what
this
I mean?
is people like her that will do this are making decisions about who's going to be the president and all this other stuff when they can't even take care of their kid.
They
Yeah.
don't want to take care of it. There's that one chicken head from back in the day. She like had the baby and threw it away.
Hmm.
Not
Brenda,
Oh
Brenda.
yeah.
Not
Yeah.
Brenda,
Brenda, motherfucker. Not Brenda, motherfucker. I
No,
knew you
dude.
were gonna say that.
She had the baby and she put the baby in the trash can at the hospital.
Hmm.
Yep. And
Yeah.
then she went out and partied that night.
Yeah.
She
Dude,
she she
damn,
got
was
lit.
she getting
Yeah.
rammed in that night? Man, what? Hey, damn, it was at least it was a hospital. It's like,
dude,
nah, that's fucked up.
it's
That's
honestly like
fucked up.
Yeah, no, the
it's
baby died.
it's
Oh,
disgusting, man. It's disgusting.
that's
Like
really fucked up.
what people
Well,
do.
so this also goes back to being told all of your life that while you're pregnant, you're not technically pregnant with a child about the
Hmm.
Hmm.
abortion crap.
Yeah.
Like if imagine all of your life you've been told like this is just a clump of cells. There's states out there that want to have abortion after birth. Like they had like, isn't that crazy? The baby's out, and they're like, well, if she doesn't want it anymore, she can have the baby killed. It's like, why don't you just give it up for adoption at that point?
So that mean your mother could pop you in the head with a gun and you be good, Dimitri.
I think
Well,
Oh,
that
mine
those
could
no,
too.
so one of the
No,
things
man.
was, I think it
No,
was
he
in New
said
York
out of
City.
when it's born.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
So like,
go
it's
ahead.
so they basically like they would literally take the baby and abort it while it's out of the womb, so it's alive.
Yes.
So they would kill it.
Mhm.
It's bad enough that they're killing it in the womb, but now it's like, okay, the baby's out, so the mother would have like, I think it was like up to a month.
A
Mhm.
month.
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
A month outside
That's
of the
f-
womb. Yeah.
and I don't quote me on that. I know it was something. First of all, the whole thing is
Yeah,
ridiculous.
no, it's disgusting. Yeah,
But what doctor is going to be like, okay, cool, you don't want this baby anymore? All right, I'm going to go kill it real quick.
yeah,
Uh,
no.
Why don't
I
you
one
just
that
give it
don't
up
have
for
morals.
adoption at that point?
I think
One that
parents.
doesn't have morals.
Man.
I think
A
parents
Democrat.
like the one that threw the baby in the dumpster, and like the mother we were just talking about. I don't even want to call her mother, but for
The dumb bitch,
yeah, that left
dumb
her child.
skank whore,
I would call
I
her a
think
dumb cunt. A
I
dumb
think
cunt.
that
a
those
retarded dumb
We'll
people.
bitch.
call her that.
I think that those people
A
should be
dumb cunt.
sentenced to death, and their death sentence should be the same way that their child died. So
That would be awesome.
like the mother that left her child in a pack and play,
Hmm.
she gets left in an adult sized pack and play for until she starves
With a
and
diaper on.
until she starves to death.
Yeah.
And then the mother that threw their child in the dumpster or trash can or whatever, same thing to her. She gets locked in a trash
Brenda.
can until she fucking dies.
Mm,
That
That is
wasn't her
how.
name, Rob.
I
It's
mean,
not the
well,
Tupac song,
well,
motherfucker.
put it this way. I mean, listen, man. Paul in the Bible, Paul spent his life killing Christians, burning them on crosses upside down. You know what I mean? He spent a large portion of his life persecuting Christians and killing them, and then Jesus came to him and said, "Hey, you know, Paul, why do you persecute me?" Even though I believe what these women are doing is, I mean, obviously it's despicable. You know, nobody deserves to go out like that, you know, inside the womb or outside the womb. But they, you know, obviously they're going to live with the decision they made for the rest of their life.
Mhm.
You know what I
Right.
mean? But I don't think they deserve they deserve that. That's just the empath in me, but you know what I mean?
So
I mean,
what I think is Austin has a great point, right? But I'm more old school. I like to send them to let Jesus decide on where they go.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you arrange that meeting.
that's the final judgment right there.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We arrange the meeting. He makes the final judgment, but they're not here anymore because that is
Mhm.
a piece of crap.
Yeah.
That is like that. Anybody? Oh, posted something about this on my Instagram. There was a whole thing about how they're trying to make pedophilia like
Cool.
not yeah, it's not even a psych issue anymore. They're like, we need to accept these people as a society. It's like, what the fuck?
They need to
Again?
get fucked up.
So wait a minute. Was this recent?
Yeah, this was recent.
So
Here,
that
I had it.
documentary, the Quiet on Set documentary we watched about pedophilia, basically
Mm,
doesn't matter.
No.
no,
According to these
that's what
people,
they're trying to say. Here,
pedophilia doesn't matter.
if you go on my story on my personal
They have a flag, man. They have a
Instagram,
flag now.
it's on PragerU. You can click and watch the thing. It's on PragerU, and it says pedophilia is now a sexual orientation.
What? All
On the
right. What?
dude,
Yeah, go on my story, and it's like a couple in.
do you want me to share it?
I mean, just go to the actual one, like on PragerU's Instagram page, and then you could share that one.
Okay.
Hey, here you go. If anyone causes one of these little ones who believe in me to stumble, it would be better for them to have a large millstone hung around their neck and to be drowned in the depths of the sea.
Amen.
I mean, tortured.
Not that one. The next
Let's
one.
feel discomfort when we think about pedophiles.
Yeah.
Yeah, but click
It
on
is
it and you
our
could go on the whole
responsibility
thing,
to
Joshy.
reflect and to overcome our negative feelings about pedophiles.
I really thought that it was going to go into how do we fix this problem.
Bro. What the heck?
So if you go on there, you could click on it, and it's the whole clip is on there.
Oh, okay.
Like if you click on the story, and then you'll have a little tab that pops up, and it says "Watch full reel."
Fuck me.
Oh, okay. I see it. I got it right here.
I mean, you saw my caption.
Yeah.
It is our responsibility to reflect and to overcome. Some of us feel discomfort when we think about pedophiles.
Yeah.
It is our responsibility to reflect and to overcome our negative feelings about pedophiles.
I really thought that it was going to go into how do we fix this problem. But this really took a left turn for me when it was about the viewer accepting pedophiles. That's one subject that never gets touched. No matter how woke it gets, you just really think that that's going to be left alone because there's absolutely no circumstance where that is even remotely okay. The overcompensation of empathy and mental health, taking things that are completely detestable and making them okay, is what's in society right now. It's all these issues that we've built up that we go, okay, we need to be okay with this. Let's move the line a little bit farther. Let's move the line a little bit farther. And then we're at a TEDx talk where they're saying that we need to be okay with pedophiles.
Some of us feel discomfort.
I got a way of accepting pedophiles.
Oh my
That's
goodness,
just
man.
sickening, man.
So stupid,
sickening.
yo.
I'll accept
Well,
them.
You
I got a
you
welcome
let
present.
evil in, it inches its way. You let evil in, and it only gets worse and worse. And it, like in
Give them an
especially in
inch,
our
they take a
generation,
mile.
in our
They got a
generation,
flag, and then this
growing
shit
up-
happened. They got a flag, and this shit happened, man. They don't like this flag, but they like that flag, huh?
Mhm.
They accept
Exactly.
that flag, but they don't accept this one.
So my old lady, right, was just telling me that her work is taking ideas and designs for Pride Month shirts. That she
Oh.
has to get a Pride Month shirt and where I'm not going to say where she specifically works, right? But
Mhm.
she has to they're taking ideas and designs for Pride Month shirts, I guess.
Yeah.
It
And
sounds like she needs to get out of there.
yeah. And that's exactly what I told her.
Don't wear that shit. Fuck 'em.
Yeah. And she said she wasn't going to.
Well,
And if she gets fired because of that, she could sue.
Yeah.
see, that's
Sue.
so
Let me you all about suing.
Hey, man,
you can sue.
you gotta make.
it's the
Listen, that's
thing.
where you hurt these motherfucking companies. Is where you sue them, dude. Like all the people that
Yeah.
got forced into the vaccine.
And
all the
it's
people that
tough,
got-
man. It's very tough because some of these people, obviously, it's their livelihoods and they have nothing to turn back on. Maybe some of them don't have savings and they can't, sit around a couple months before finding a new job. Some of them just need that, income. You guys know how the economy is right now. But when they're faced with a situation like this, where it's like, okay, the organization that I work for or the state that I work for is now talking about things that are the complete antithesis to what I believe. And it goes against all of my moral beliefs, my moral compass. Now they're faced with a decision. Do I continue to work for this organization that is pushing this kind of nonsense, late term abortions, pedophilia, all this, this kind of ridiculous nonsense? Or do I quit and, possibly face financial hardship or homelessness, So
better It's better to be homeless than
You know,
I mean, no, I'm just saying. I'm just saying this is the kind of thing that we are seeing happening with people. It's a lot of it's a smaller percentage of people because the mainstream belief is more geared towards the pedophilia, the LGBTQIA plus whatever.
Being
the
both.
alphabet people.
So that's
No.
the majority. That's the bulk of it. But the smaller percentage is the people who have more, conservative values,
That's
or
the
who
majority.
have faith.
That's the thing,
in
dude. It's the majority of the people that don't like any of this shit. They're just not doing anything about it. They're not
Yeah.
loud.
yeah.
The alphabet people are screaming, and the other people are like, I just want to be left alone. But that is creeping into the schools. Now it's creeping into pedophilia being a sexual orientation. So that means they're going to try to get it into the alphabet people clan.
Listen,
And
listen,
then it
listen.
cannot be touched because once it enters in there, then it's a freaking alphabet people issue, and then you're
no,
going
it will.
against all the
But-
other ones.
No,
So
it
listen,
will.
they took a.
They
They
will come
already.
out. They will. They will get found out.
so
I mean,
there
it's
was
going to happen eventually, but you're already seeing it in politics. So once you
Yeah.
start seeing this kind of movement that is coming into politics, which infringes into it encroaches onto the taxpayer, then you know what I mean. Then you're gonna see more outrage. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like you guys have seen that this kind of thing is taught in public schools, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So that now all of a sudden your tax dollars are going into teaching this stuff to your kids and to future generations.
so
And
Because they know
if
better than-
pedophilia is included in that category of the LGBTQ flag or whatever, now your tax dollars are going into teaching pedophilia to kids.
so
What are they
there
going to
was,
start letting the janitors be the teachers be petties too? Is that where they already have alphabet people teachers, which I don't care about as long as they're good people.
Yeah,
But
I just
like,
don't want the ideas being pushed onto
exactly.
kids.
So what's going to be next? Now they're going to go out and sort out to freaking hire petties to
Right.
put as teachers and put in schools where it's like
Is it
right
the high
now that
petty?
yeah.
But no, but
So you
in
saying it's like
general,
a petty hierarchy?
no,
hierarchy?
listen. If you want to be gay or lesbian or bi, whatever, okay, live your life the way you want to. But when it comes to pedophilia and being attracted to children, leave that completely out of it. That is not okay.
So I feel like, yeah,
That
I
is
got
not okay.
kids. I don't like that.
it's not.
Like
I don't like
it
it
should
either.
not be included in the LGBTQ flag if
But
that's what they want. They're trying to do.
That's my theory. That's my theory is they're going to try to push it into that freaking clan because that is the number one clan that nobody could touch right now. Nobody
The
can
map?
say anything against them. And if they make it into the alphabet people clan, they're going to be untouchable. So imagine a father's going to catch one of these pieces of shit, is going to shoot him, and then now it's going to be a hate crime. Imagine that. You just defended your child. You defended your child like every father should do. And now you are going to be charged with a hate crime because you freaking shot a pedophile in the face because they were doing bad things to your kids. That's where we're at as a society. That's how much they don't give a shit about kids. That's why they're teaching abortion. This is why that woman thinks it's okay to leave their freaking daughter in a pack and play for 10 days so they could go on vacation because they don't see it as human. They don't see it as anything that's precious that it should be protected because they're so vulnerable and so innocent.
And it came out of her.
people exactly, and the only people that make it to heaven automatically are the children. And that is because they are innocent and they don't know any better.
Yo, listen to this, man. This was back in 2012. A Texas rancher who beat his daughter's accused molester to death moments after he discovered the man raping the 5-year-old girl will not be charged with homicide.
Amen.
as they
you
released
see-
as they released chilling 911 tapes of the father calling for help as the other man died.
Mhm.
Did you see the
A
one where the
grand jury Tuesday decided not to indict the 24-year-old father who beat ranch hand Jesus Mora Flores to death with his bare hands after finding the man abusing his daughter behind a barn.
he did well? He did well.
Amen.
Did you see the one about the
Free
man
Cain
beating his
Velasquez.
sons? Hold on. Did you see the one? Hear about the one where the father found this other man? Well, he was a younger person, molesting his son, and he beat him halfway to death. And he said he was about to get a knife and stab him and kill him, but his son told him not to, so he didn't.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to play this quick video I saw today, right?
Okay.
And kind of going off of what y'all are talking, it immediately I thought of if this is actually happening in schools, right?
Okay.
It's just a little skit, right? But if it's actually something that happens or can happen in school, the fact
Okay.
is like adults can just take so much advantage of it, you know. Here I'll play the little skit.
We can barely hear you, Austin.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
So it's a
Better.
little it's a little skit, but it's like if this can actually happen in school,
Mhm.
you know, then like it opens up so many doors and possibilities for predators to just take advantage of children.
Okay.
Your kid? Are you a parent? No. Bestie. Her name is Audrey and she's in Nick Martin's class. Okay, let me call down there and ask. What's your name? Nicole. Nick Martin, there is a Nicole here for Audrey. Certified? Okay. What exactly do you do? Mental health can be hard to talk about, especially for queer teens. I was one once, and so is Audrey, so I hang out with her after school just to be supportive. And you're certified to do this. Yes, I even earned a scholarship from the program. I can't wait to tell Audrey. I learn new things every day. Hi, I'm here to pick up my bestie. You mean your kid?
What the heck?
I don't even know what was just happening.
So wait a minute.
Yeah, like
so basically it's
Go ahead, sorry.
it's a person that's not a parent, and they're picking up not their child to hang out with this child. It's an adult person to hang out with someone that's not their child to
Yeah.
talk about queer mental health problems.
not regular mental health
Yeah, but
problems.
how does the state approve? How does the state approve somebody who is not a legal guardian to pick up a child from school like that? You know what I mean?
The same reason they can say to have those books and everything else and
Yeah.
have the the queer flag, but not the American flag and all that in there.
But in all
Yeah.
seriousness, let's just say that, you know, one of us was a predator, right? And I'm just for example purposes, okay, or we'll
You-
say
Austin.
someone, right? And Dimitri, say
No.
your kids were in school, okay,
No.
and this
No.
person,
Hypothetically.
We're stopping this right now. I do not want to talk about this.
I'm just saying, like in the sense to where that means a random
I don't wanna
person
talk
can
about
come in
this.
and pick up your kids, and who knows what their intentions are.
They did it. I forgot, Rob. Me and you were talking about this like a year and a half ago. There was a school in PA. Parents started getting text messages from their children saying, "Hey, we're going somewhere. We didn't know it was a field trip," and the parents did not know where their kids were going. They went to the school. They were asking, "Where's my kid?" They said, "We don't know." So they literally bust these children out of this school and sent them off somewhere, and that they didn't inform the parents nothing. And next thing you know, parents are calling parents, and people are showing up with guns, and they were being arrested.
Like they should. Like
They should. Exactly. Where is my kid? You're telling me you don't know where my kid is, and you're telling me I'm in the wrong because I'm up here ready to kill you because you have stolen my child.
Mhm.
And you're telling me you do not know where they are. So what are you talking about? They were going to jail. And this actually happened. Like this was It didn't make it obviously on the news because they don't want to put this shit on the news.
What state was it in?
I think
Pennsylvania.
it was in Pennsylvania.
What the heck, man?
Yeah, dude. I mean, dude. The buses miraculously showed up when there was like 150 people outside with rifles, ready to gun down everybody in that school for their children.
Heck yeah, dude. Heck yeah.
All right, and then all of a sudden the buses show up.
My
'Cause
kid
of
will
their
never
parent-
go back to that school ever again.
Right?
Right? That principal, we need as a collective, we would have to have a nice meeting with that principal off the record.
Mhm.
Because if
At
he
their
think,
home.
but see, this is the crazy thing is they think they can do this to the kids. Like that's the crazy part, dude. They think they can do it, and they're doing, and they're getting away with it. When they do these kinds of things, they get away with it because it's either the parents don't know or everybody's too much of a fucking bitch to stand up for what they believe in. Like, oh
Right.
well, it's okay that my son has a boy that's in the class that thinks he's a cat, so there's a kitty
Nah,
litter in there
fuck
for him.
that.
What the fuck are you talking about? Where the
Mhm.
fuck? Like, you need to go talk to the parents of this kid. Like, why does your kid think he's a fucking cat?
Right?
And
Why are
you're
you letting
you're
it happen?
enabling it. But exactly you're enabling it. You're telling this kid, yes, honey, you are a cat. You could pet and piss in the gut. No, you dumb bitch, you can't. You're a fucking human. Stop acting like an idiot. All right, you're a freaking human. They're putting cat litters in classes and
Yep.
bathrooms. Like that shit is so fucking retarded.
Litter boxes. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Dude. So dumb.
And then now they're gonna start having trans kittens and shit going into get the fuck. It's getting ridiculous. Like, and I mean, and this is adults letting this happen. This is
Of
adults.
course,
This is
of
parents
course.
that
Why?
are enabling
Why?
these dumbass kids.
They're Democrats.
And you don't see this happening in other countries, dude. It's like America has gone off the deep end, bro.
And
Yeah.
dude,
That's
They-
why we need to raise our kids with no social media. No social media until they're older.
good luck.
Yeah. And that's the issue, yeah. But it's like it's the only way that these kids are gonna survive. Like your kids, my kid, like it's the only way they're gonna survive this. Is
It
So
all
basically-
depends on what they see on social media.
What you mean?
Listen,
No, we
but
didn't
they're
have
gonna-
that.
but they're gonna see it on social media no matter
We
what.
didn't have that.
I know, Rob, but you got to think about we lived in a different time. You didn't have a supercomputer in your pocket while you were in high school and middle school and elementary
But don't
school.
give your child that.
I understand, but their friends are going to have it. What are you going to tell your kid? Don't look at any other
that's
phones.
why
They're
we
not going
need
to
to-
fucking listen to you.
But that's why it's like we need to make
So
sure
means
that
just roll over and let them do it. Give them one.
That I'm not saying that.
but
you
we
can
need to
still
have
Well,
monitor
basically
it.
you
we need to
are.
have communities
No.
where it's
You
like
are.
He's
He's not saying that, dude.
we need
there's
we-
one thing of enabling a child, and then there's trying to protect your child. But you got to understand that you can put all the censorship you want on your child's phone. Let's say
Mhm.
they're in middle school. That's when I would think kids should get a cell phone is in middle school, right? You can put all the censorship you want on their cell phone. Fucking Bobby Joe, that her mom is sucking dick on OnlyFans, is not going to have the same restrictions on her phone. So
Well-
your kid is going to hang out with this kid. It's like, oh, I can't see that site. Well, I can. Here, do you want to see it? And that's what's going to happen. When I mean it's inevitable, that's what I mean.
Well,
'Cause you
that's-
can't control what other people are doing with their kids and what
Yeah.
they're restricting.
Dude,
Well,
the
that's why we need to
transition from
have-
elementary school to middle school was it's a completely different like change in the milieu of what middle school is and what elementary school is. Kids are maturing, kids are going through puberty, and
Mhm.
everything is just so different. And in middle school, kids have cell phones, kids have unfettered access to the internet. And even now, man, parents just don't care. They'll have their kids with, they can go whatever website they want, no restrictions. You know what I
I
mean? So
mean,
he's
just
not
think about
lying
it,
when he
Rob.
says, so there's a difference between sheltering your child, you know, and at home, it's like, I don't want you to, you know, you make sure they don't have access to that stuff, and a difference between them going to the school and having access to it through their friends or through their teachers. You know what I mean? And so kids are getting exposed and losing their innocence younger and younger each year.
Dude, we had dial up when we grew up. All right. We had dial up, dude. How easy was it to find freaking porn?
On
You hear
dial
me,
up, yeah,
Rob?
yeah.
Rob,
I'm
are you
sorry.
okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
No. So think about
What's
when we
going
were
on?
in high school and in middle
Hmm.
school, right? How
Hmm.
easy was it without a supercomputer in our pocket to find porn? And it was something that we were not supposed to do because I had an age restriction and people actually cared back then. You know what I mean? So how easy was it to get to look at porn in that age?
I don't know. When I
Relatively
was younger,
easy.
when I was younger, I really didn't have that. We paid the money on different things. We didn't have a computer for a while after that.
I'm not talking
It
about a
was like
computer.
on
I'm
your
talking
cell
about
phone. I
a
mean,
VHS, dude. A VHS, a DVD. And that's literally the like the slowest way to find pornography was through you had to go to a store that was age restricted that you had been ID'd to get into and you still found it. Now these children have it on supercomputers in their pocket. Are you all right? What are you looking at, a ghost or something?
No, I'm good, man. I
Are
don't
you
know. I'm just
tripping?
saying stuff. No, I'm good.
yeah. So
If I thought it was a problem,
pornography.
you know, I would have already said something, man.
So yeah. So
Now you coordinate.
pornography, and even it doesn't even have to be pornography. Well, I mean, you could consider it pornography, but the kids are who are on, you know, they're on TikTok, they're on Instagram, they're on Facebook, and they're on X. You know, it's like you don't have to swipe, you know, more than a couple times to see a woman who's, you know, like
Mm-hmm.
half naked. You know what I mean?
99% naked. They just got
99% naked, exactly. So
some patches going on.
it's there, and it's open to the world. It doesn't. There's
Yep.
no age restrictions. There's no nothing.
Yep.
So yeah,
Yeah, man. That's what's the scary, and that's what I like. My sister, with her kids, her husband monitors everything that they do on on their laptop and on their tablet. They don't have phones yet, obviously, because they're still young.
yeah,
But he has so there for the parents out there, if you're willing to go above and beyond to try to protect your child on their devices, not their friends, because you can't control that, but on their devices, there's apps and softwares that you could download on there, and you could put trigger. This is also to prevent the pedos from getting to your kid over social media when they're teenagers, because teenagers are still fucking stupid. You could put trigger words that if let's say like meet me here, you know what I mean, or don't tell your parents, or like phrases like that. You could put it in these apps, and anytime it's text messaged, emailed, Facebook message, DM'd, whatever, if that phrase is ever sent out of the phone, it also sends an alert to the parent's phone saying your child is talking about this on this app at this time. So you get a ping.
yep,
And I know about this stuff because there's a FBI agent that worked to catch child sex traffickers and child kidnappers and stuff like that to take them into the sex ring. And most of the stuff is over social media. It's very rarely do you see like an actual kidnapping from like a car anymore or anything like that. They like lure the children, they get their trust on the internet, and then they tell them to go meet them somewhere, and then they get shipped off.
yep.
So that software is like for the parents out there. I don't know the name of it. You could probably Google it. It's very handy to put
Yeah,
on your kids' phones,
yeah, it's
tablets,
good. It's like it's
laptops,
almost like a
whatever.
keystroke kind of thing, like or you know,
Yeah.
like
It just
when you press
monitors
Control
faces.
F.
You
Yeah.
could put any phrase you want on there.
Yep.
The latest lingo, whatever. You know what I mean? Do you want to low key, uh, smoky, I don't know, Riz up?
Yeah, Riz.
You know what I mean? I don't know
Yeah.
any of it, but you could put any of that. Anything you want, you can make it as a trigger point.
Yeah, like a trigger phase or a phrase, key
Yeah.
phrase. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very smart, and I think adults should be doing this more. And that was a very good point, because I did want to talk about there's a HBO released a documentary this week about uh, the children who were involved in Nickelodeon, the
Mhm.
shows like All That and Drake and Josh and you know
Amanda Bynes.
all the Amanda Bynes, like they were involved in pedophilia, sexually assaulted and stuff. And I don't know if you
Mhm.
guys got a chance to watch any of that, but it's
I
been blowing
didn't,
up
but
over social media, and Dan Schneider has come out with some sort of interview apology kind of thing, but
he's not in jail.
he's not in jail, no.
Nice. My wife told me about Drake from Drake and Josh.
Yeah.
How his father told his dumb bitch mother to never let his son spend the night over that dude's house, and she did because she didn't want to drive.
Yes, his name was it was actually Josh's father. His name is I have it pulled up here. His name
The
is
fat one, right?
Brian Peck. Brian Peck. That was, I believe, it was Josh's father from Drake and Josh. The other guy, Dan Schneider, the writer of the show,
Mm-hmm.
he was involved in a lot of, the pedophilia and sexual stuff, but the guy who actually sexually assaulted Drake was this man, Brian Peck.
Could you share the screen?
Yes.
Was it the
Um,
guy that played the dad?
No,
No.
he was just an actor. His actual father, this guy.
So that is Drake's dad,
Josh's dad.
and he did what?
He sexually abused Drake.
Wow.
He
So
said,
Josh's dad did that
yes,
shit to Drake.
yes. So he said in the interview, actually, if you watch the documentary,
Mhm.
and it was such a sad part to watch, man. But he said he woke up. He spent the night at this man
Josh's house.
he spent the night at Brian's house,
Mm-hmm.
Josh's father. He spent the night there because his he was saying that, like, since his mother didn't like to drive, that it would be easier if Brian just goes and picks up Drake, takes him to the auditions, and then he spends the night and then take him back the next day because there would be less driving. And
Mm-hmm.
so he said he woke up in the middle of the night and he was being sexually assaulted. And in the interview, he just says it wasn't a one-off thing. Like, okay, Brian says, like, I'm sorry, I don't know what happened. I just, I couldn't control myself. But he said it got worse and worse and worse and worse. And I encourage all of you to go watch this interview, man, to see like the depths of how far this goes, man. To see what was going on behind the scenes in Nickelodeon, man, because it is wild, bro. And Drake said he has not talked about this since he went to therapy and 2 decades ago, and when he was in the trial for the guy. But
So is he in jail?
he only had to do 16 months.
Jeez.
He only did 16 months for sexually assaulting a minor on multiple occasions, and had to register as a sex offender.
Mm.
That's it. 16 months. And
But a
he
fucking
said
drug dealer will be
Drake
in jail for life.
said
Sorry. I'm sorry.
the day he went to the trial for this man, Brian, who has sexually assaulted him, he said Brian's side of the courtroom was completely filled with actors, Nickelodeon executives, Hollywood executives, and just multimillionaires, rich people. He said, and then Drake said his side of the courtroom was only him, his mother, and his brother. That's it. So
Nobody cared.
they had hundreds of millions, probably almost billions of dollars to defend this guy, Brian Peck, an executive at Nickelodeon. You know what I mean? And then
Hold on,
nobody
which
to
one
back
is
up
who?
Drake. So, you
Which
know,
one is who?
it's wild, bro. So go check it out. It's called Quiet on Set.
But which one was who?
The dude on the left was Josh.
I'll pull it back up.
The guy on the right was Brian, which is Josh's dad in real life, but he was sexually assaulting Josh's co-star from Drake and Josh. So that kid right there, that's Drake on the right,
Mhm.
and Josh and Brian Peck is Josh's dad that
Mhm.
was sexually assaulting the guy on the right.
Mm.
Well, I
He
gotta
was
get
only
off, y'all.
15 years old. So,
That's
yeah.
fucking wild, man. What the fuck is wrong with people?
Yeah.
Why?
Check it out
But
if
the
you get the
thing
chance,
is,
man.
like, nothing happens.
Why?
Nothing happens to these people. No.
Yeah, and that shit
So
pisses me off.
Bro, there was another one. He was like the director of iCarly or something like that, and he had like a foot fetish. So he
Dan
would,
Snyder.
and he was a pedo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dan Schneider, yeah.
And he would tell them, okay, this episode, none of the kids are wearing shoes, and he would make them sit certain ways and do certain things with their feet while they were acting. Like, they were specifically told, like, I want you to sit like this, but I want you to have your feet pointed this way and having them a certain way and all that stuff. Like, it's freaking nuts, man. That's why all these child actors, they're all fucked up. Like Amanda Bynes, I heard Amanda Bynes, like, she got pregnant by this dude, and then she had to have an abortion at like 13 years old.
Yes,
Like,
I heard that, dude. That it
So
was
no
on. She
wonder-
made a Twitter post about that.
Yeah. So it's like, no wonder she's fucked up. Like, we're just like, oh, she's just mentally ill. Like, no, she was sexually assaulted when she was 13 years old. And that's why she got all fucked up on drugs and now has basically lost her mind.
Yeah.
You know
And
what I mean?
that was Drake's whole thing. He was just like, look, I was sexually assaulted. I didn't know what was happening. I didn't know how to react. I had nobody to turn to. And so, you know, being that young in Hollywood with millions of dollars, it's like I turned to drugs, I turned to alcohol, and you know, I just I turned to substance abuse to kind of block out all this stuff until it finally came to a head. But you know, it's no surprise that these kind of these stars and these actors and actresses eventually succumb or, you know, turn to drugs and alcohol because of, you know, look at what they've been through, you know?
I mean, there was another child actor. He was all over the place saying that this stuff was happening. People were just sweeping him under the rug. I forgot his name. He has like black hair. He was like in the Goonies or something like that. I don't know. It's like our me and Rob's generation.
Yeah.
I forgot his
white.
name.
Was
he
it
white?
Sean Astin
I don't know. Let me see a picture of him.
or Corey Feldman? Here, I pulled up the
I
cast
think
of
it might have been
Goonies.
Corey something.
You know, white people don't work. It's no bother nowadays,
That
man.
guy, Corey Feldman. That guy right there. He was going around telling everybody, like, yeah, he was sexually assaulted. He was sexually assaulted. In Hollywood. Keep your kids out of Hollywood.
That's homeboy from the Lost Boys, right?
Yeah.
He was in the Lost Boys, right?
I think
No, I'm
so.
sorry. He was in
Goonies.
Yeah, he was in the Lost Boys, right? He was in what's the name with Tom Hanks? I can't think of the name. I can't think of the name of the movie.
Yeah, he was in the Lost Boys.
Isn't that the
Yeah.
other dude from Lord of the Rings?
He was also in the Burbs. He was in the
Yeah,
Burbs.
Elijah something.
Sean Astin. Oh yeah, he was the guy from Lord of the
He's
Rings.
Aaron. That's Aaron.
So yeah, this guy Corey Feldman, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
sexually assaulted and trying to like convince other parents to keep them out of Hollywood, keep their children out of Hollywood.
Mm-hmm. And nobody, like, everybody was just saying he was lying.
That's what
It's
they
so
always
fucked
So
said
up.
back
sad,
in the
man.
day.
No, it's not back in the day. This is recently. Like, he
Yeah.
went recently all over the place.
Mhm.
And
Yeah, but I'm just saying,
even
back
the
in the
people
day,
that
they
gave
said
him
they were
interviews,
lying.
they're like, "Oh, okay." Well, yeah.
Yeah, back in the day it was different. There wasn't Twitter, there wasn't Instagram, there wasn't Facebook like that, you know. It was different and they didn't have that outlet like, you know, people who are assaulted today do. You know, even if, you know, regardless of the fact if people believe them or not, but I think people are more inclined to believe somebody who has been assaulted now more than ever because of social media and the internet. But you got to put yourself in their shoes, you know, back in the early 2000s, man, because they had nowhere to turn. You know,
Yeah.
they can't even drive. You know, maybe they didn't even have an identification. You know, they were at the mercy of the production company because their parents just turned them over to the producers. So
I am starting a. We'll talk about it when we get. Let's end this thing, Joshy.
okay,
It's getting late.
well,
Fuck the
um,
pedophiles.
please
Fuck
check out
pedophiles.
the
Make pedophiles afraid again. Fuck them.
That's a
May
good
they
one.
die
Make
slow.
pedophiles afraid again. I like that.
check out
Hey, may they die slow. I'm sorry, Josh. I'm sorry.
check out
Slow and
the
painful. I'm
Sorry, he
sorry.
didn't mean to cut you off, Josh.
it's all good. Check out the documentary. There's a couple episodes. It's called Quiet on Set: The Dark Side of Kids TV. And it is very recent. It came out or it is it's very new. I think it came out like a week ago or something. But yeah, check it out and it talks about Nickelodeon and stuff. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. We all
love you.
appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you for spending
Another
your time
great
with us because we know your
episode.
time is expensive and not cheap and valuable. So thank you for spending it with us.
That's right. Because
Thank
you
you.
can't get back the time that you have.
You wasted on our idiot asses.
No, it's
But
not a waste.
protect
It's
the
not a
children.
waste.
Protect the children. Everybody wake the fuck up. That's what I put on my Instagram post. I'm like, this is how far we've gotten with this pedo shit. Every father, strap up. Every
Fuck
single father.
pedophiles.
Protect the
Strap
kids, man.
up. Protect the damn
kids.
kids, man. Especially your kids.
They're our future.
Especially your kids.
And
For
watch
Christ's
Sound of
sake,
Freedom
man.
too. Watch the movie Sound of Freedom.
For Christ's sake, man. Protect your kids. They
Fuck
didn't pick to
pedophiles.
be here, man. You made them. Your decisions made them. They owe you nothing. You owe them everything. Your main duty as a father is to protect your children. Main duty. Second is provide. First is protect. Learn what the heck that is from a father to another father. Learn what that is. That it's these freaking people nowadays, man.
Amen. Couldn't have said it any better, man.
Fuck pedophiles.
To look after your children.
Fuck pedophiles.
You got to, man.
Take care of them, man.
Do not take your eye off them.
Pedophiles die slow.
it's they did not pick to be here. You made them. Take care of them, protect them. Look what the hell is going on.
And stay
Don't
strapped.
protect anyone that touch kids
Always.
or violate kids.
Don't be a fool. Bring
Fuck
your
'em.
tool.
The fuck you talking about?
He said, "Don't be a fool. Bring your tool. Stay strapped."
Oh, okay. All right.
He's
cool,
saying,
cool, cool.
"Stay
I was like,
strapped all day."
all right. I'm sorry. I took that the wrong way.
It's all good, homie. But okay,
The
thank you guys for
alcohol's
watching.
Talking.
Thank you for watching the Two Way Brotherhood podcast.
Yeah. We love you. Thank you for your time. That's something you can't get back. You can get back your money.
Look
and
up that
everything else.
program to
And
put on
get
your
back
kids'
your time.
phones
Yep.
for the triggers. Do all of that. Protect your children.
Nigga.
It's all
Amen.
through that phone now.
Nigga.
All right. Well,
And-
let the record show that a black man said those words.
This guy.
Okay.
Nigga.
Who am I pointing at right now? Hold on. Am I pointing at Rob?
Nigga.
Yeah, you're pointing at Rob.
Okay, because
Yeah,
on
point
mine
at
I'm
the
pointing
screen.
at Rob.
Put it at the screen. Oh, yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. Now put it up a little bit. Go like this, Dimitri. I'm up.
Rob is below me, so
Oh
down.
well, Josh, you're down here on me. Rob's up here. Like
Yeah, that's
where
why I
I'm
said
pointing
point
at.
up like this, Dimitri. Point up like this. Yeah, nigga. Nigga.
Oh man.
Alrighty.
Nigga,
All
nigga,
right.
nigga, nigga.
Love you guys.
I love you too. I need to take some off.
Once you get into that, you start getting into a situation, the slippery slope, where all of a sudden you're going to really violate the Second Amendment. I don't want to do anything to violate the Second Amendment. To me, the Second Amendment is very important.